Okay. This will take only a couple minutes. I hate that I had to make a third video for this, but we got to do what you got to do. Where I was using the central break method to find the sum of the interior angles. And the central break method is pretty much breaking it into triangles based on the center. And what I see here is I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I have the same amount of triangles as I do number of sides, and each of those triangles has 180 degrees. So I have this n times 180 here. But what I want to do is I want to subtract out this central angle. I want to subtract out that central angle because then all I'm left with are these. I'm just left with these interior angles then when I subtract out the central. So I take the n times 180 to find all the angles. I subtract out 360 because my central angle is always 360. And if I plug in the right things, this should give me the correct sum of interior angles using the central break method. The number of sides here, this is a 12-sided shape, and so you just plug in 12 times 180, and you subtract 360 at the end. And using my calculator, I can tell you that 12 times 180 gives me 2,160. Subtract out 360, and I get that 2,160 minus 360 gives me an answer of 1,800 degrees for the sum of the interior angles. So if I go back to A for a second, that was also 1,800, but the idea of this problem is to show two different methods, the vertice break method using this formula, because there is two less triangles than the number of sides, and then you just multiply that by 180 when you break it from the vertice. And on this method, there you use the number of sides, 12, but you end up subtracting out the 360s from the central angle at the end. And that's just the two different methods we talked about in class when finding the sum of the interior angles. If anybody has questions after working through this, whether it is on area or circumference or sectors or arcs, or any kind of finding area of a polygon, finding any of those angles of a polygon, please let me know. And I will do what I can through email or through other videos to try to explain something to you to try to make you as prepared as you can be. Please don't stress too much about the assessment. If you stuck around to listen to this, don't stress too much about the assessment. It really is just trying to see what we know, and with this review should really help. So thank you for listening if you stayed here at the end.